Hey, good day, everybody. It's our last day here in Edmonton. I'm here with my eldest daughter for her, with her team. I'm their manager, and it's nationals for volleyball, and ton of fun. Super exciting. Girls are playing amazing as a team. Super fun to watch. And today's the last day, single knockout format. So they've got a game here in just over an hour. We're gonna jump in the cars and get to the venue. There's 1,800 volleyball teams that are coming through here in Edmonton over, I think, like 2 weeks. So it's a lot of volleyball. Very impressive. I think it's one of the biggest sports events there is here in Canada in terms of teams. So anyways, today I wanted to talk about Essentialism, one of my favorite books and concepts. I read it coming into this year, and it's come up a lot this week as well, just sharing it with people and well, I guess overall this year. Just sharing this process and how helpful it's been for me. And so the book Essentialism, I'm pretty sure it's Greg McKeown, author. There's also a really good interview. There's actually, I think, a couple that he did with Tim Ferriss. And they just walked through the practicality of how to apply this concept to people's lives, including Tim's on the podcast, which was really cool to hear. Essentially, it's figuring out what's essential to you, what's most important to you in your own life. And this is really an inspection of values and sort of your own superpowers, your own zone of genius. And so I really loved this work, and I journaled a ton coming into this year to really figure it out for myself. I highly recommend that. I've got this all written down. I wanted to relook at this. This is from the beginning of, I think this was from the beginning of January, end of December. And I'll just share 4 of the questions that I think Greg had in the book, or it also came up in the podcast interviews. I might have put my own wording to it. Anyways, doesn't matter. What I think is really important is just to do this process for ourselves. And so here are the questions. Number 1, if I could do one thing with my life right now, what would it be? Number 2, what do I feel deeply inspired by? What am I passionate about? And some other ways to look at that is, what activities make me feel alive, most alive? What topics or tasks do I find myself naturally gravitating towards? Third question, what am I particularly talented at? Where do I excel? What are my unique strengths? What areas do others seek my advice or input? I'd also call this your zone of genius. You know, these first 2 are like things that you could do all day that don't feel like work. The last question is, what meets a significant need in the world? So basically, what do I love? You know, what am I passionate about? What am I excited by? What am I uniquely positioned to offer? And again, that's going to be your collection of experiences and expertise and biases. And then what meets a significant need in the world? Like, what's an important problem that a lot of people could use solving that's going to help them in their lives? So the answer to those 4 questions, the intersection of that all, at least in my opinion here, I wrote out a whole bunch, and it's interesting. This was 4 months ago. This was before, this was while I was in Flow Motion with Dario. We had partnered in that business for 8 years. And going through this process, I realized that, gaming didn't come up in my journaling. Greg realized the same thing when he did this process for himself, that he was in law school and being a lawyer wasn't an answer to any of these questions. So that was an important realization for me, and fortunately Dario and I were able to come to a really good agreement together, preserve our friendship most importantly, and he ended up buying my half of the company just over a month ago, and so he's going on with the team to realize his original vision there, and I'm excited for them. And then that's allowing me the freedom here to explore all kinds of things that I think are essential. And so, yeah, it's a wonderful process. I'm excited for you. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. I love this topic. Would be happy to be of service if I can. And got to do my push-ups here before we get to our first game. All right, have an awesome day. All right, again, some people are doing a 40 for 40 challenge. Check out previous videos. That's day 121, I think, of my own push-up straight this year. I think I did 50. I lost count. But anyways, have an awesome day. Thanks, guys.